His badge says, I'm a mess, and I couldn't relate to anything more. I relate to a badge right now. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Herrera here. I hope that you're all well. I am going in. This is one hell of a Big Bang marathon. I think I counted. There's about 14 different songs in this. When I explore a new artist, I like listening to some of their most popular songs, music videos, watching a live performances of that, and then I kind of like to take a breather and have a look at each individual member, listen to their voices, listen to what they're all about. And that's what I'm going to do in this reaction video. However, I do want to say that I feel like I don't really need to do that. And I don't know if it's because there's 5 of them or if it's because it's Big Bang. But I feel like I already have quite a good grasp on what they're all about, their personalities, so on and so forth. However, I'm still going to go ahead and do this because I am obsessed, I am in love, and I thought a really fun way of starting this reaction video would be to have a look at their debut song. So this is the official music video for La La La. I will then have a look at a live version of it before then moving on to each individual member. And what I've done with the members is chosen one music video and then one live performance of a different song, hopefully showcasing them in all of their glory. Thank you so much for all of your recommendations. I really could not have put this together without you. I am so excited. I hope you are too. Let's go. Oh, this is how they started? So before they start, I just want to say, this is the type of music that I grew up listening to. And I really, really loved it. Do you know what this reminds me of? Maybe this is before everyone's time, but it reminds me of the dance movies, that phase when everyone went through with dance movies. My first love, my first into any art form was dancing. I wanted to be a choreographer when I was little, and You Got Served was the movie for me. B2K even were the group for me. And yeah, this is giving me Bada Boom vibes. I recognize him by his teeth. I've said that before. Oh! Do they have any current songs or like more recent songs that are like R&B, hip hop? Like, wow. Oh, this is just screaming B2K. So nice. This man is an absolute shocker. Listen to that honey voice. Ah! It wasn't until I just saw Daesung's face that I thought, actually, yeah, they're babies here. For some reason, everyone else got away with it until I saw that face. Maybe it's the forehead. This is cute. God knows what T.O.P's about to do. Did he ever actually go through puberty? Oh! What is with this half shirt on, half shirt off thing? I love it. Oh my god, the hair! This is awesome. This is so easy to listen to, kind of simple in its presentation. Really not what I was expecting. Never in a million billion years did I think that Big Bang started out like this. Oh! Now, this is everything that I love about music. This is everything that I loved growing up. That was too good. Ah! This is actually the members beatboxing too, right?
야, 뭐해? 끝났어. 가자.
Right, nothing is going to be able to wipe that smile off of my face. I love the song, incredibly catchy. Hip hop, yes. R&B kind of voices, yes. Taeyang singing kind of like honey, deep, beautiful. I mean, everything about that was glorious. The beatboxing was the icing on the absolute cake. I cannot wait to see them perform this live. Does he need to be this beautiful? Is it really necessary? So yeah, I chose this performance in particular because it wouldn't be blocked. The other performances of this song are from music shows, and that will most definitely be blocked. So this is not the full song, unfortunately. I have checked, obviously, because this is Big Bang, Shake It. So I think this is only like barely 2 minutes of it. But this is a way of me just seeing how they would transfer that music video on stage. So yeah, that's my little explanation there. Ugh, those hips. Ugh. Taeyang in his crazy hair, he has just tried everything and pulled it all off. Look at this dancing. I cannot tell you how happy I am that they have this song. What? So, you know, when someone is 100% beautiful and you love them, and that's me and Top, I love him, okay? But him doing that has just added a whole zero on the end of it. And so now I love him 1000%. He has just got so much hotter by doing that. I should have known it was him. Oh, it's such a shame this is not the full song. What a beautiful man. So, before moving on to solos, I just want to say that actually I really love that as a debut song, and more because it appeals to my taste, to my ear, and yeah, I would have loved that song if I'd heard it back then when it had been released. Um, wow, I'm feeling really different now to what I was thinking. I was thinking they're all edgy, a little bit rocky, a little bit grunge, and actually no, this is their beginning, and wow, yeah, I've got so much to learn. 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 So I could only find the short version. Somebody drop me a link for the long version. Oh wow, what an image. Look at that beautiful face. Is he not just absolutely stunning? Wow.
My baby さよならは言わないで終わりなのに弾む笑顔と明るい声じゃ
So with his voice, you never really know what's going to happen. Like as a fresh listener, I would think, okay, this is somebody who could potentially sing this as a really plain ballad. So really just classically sing it from start to end and it will sound beautiful. But actually he has this slight raspiness in his voice where he could kind of scream into it, make it slightly rocky. You don't know where the song's going to go. You don't know where his voice is going to take you. And what I like about his voice actually as well is that it's really clear. He's got a heavier voice. It does have that raspiness, but it's actually really clear. I find sometimes with heavier voices, they start to sound a little bit muffled. They fall a little bit further back in the face, in the mouth, and you lose a little bit of the pronunciation. But not with him. I'm hearing everything really clearly, which I love.
切ない夜後でね You drive me crazy 覚悟していたよ今日二人は他人になるこ
Like the
と
voice is produced further back in his head, but the sound itself, the actual words are very
君を引
lippy.
き止めてしまいたいよこの腕でこのままで終
Ah!
わりなのベビーのいくら何も言わずにどうか
Wow.
キスをした唇でベイベー彼のことを話すなよ Yeah
What a voice!
何もかもそうさ僕じゃ釣り合わない
That slight huskiness that he's got in his voice, where he goes to the top of his range and the voice naturally breaks a little bit. There's a little bit of a crack and the air comes through. Those little squeaks that are coming through are just to die for.
あのささやいた声でベイベー彼の名前を呼ぶのか Hey I know 辛いだろうだから No I can't let you go
Very strong voice.
話すことないのごめんねありがとう元気でねあなたならきっと見つかるなんて I don't wanna hear it no more 今すぐ壊してしまいたいよこの
Did you see how he suddenly lifted that whole song at that point? Suddenly the guitar comes in and his voice just elevates that. I love that sound. I have a real soft spot for rock sounding voices and for just rock music in general anyway. But somebody that can match up to those instruments, like, yeah. This is a massive tick for me, and I can only begin to imagine what this would sound like live because he sounds like he has that strength even when performing live. This is not just a recorded voice.
腕で思い切り抱きしめてベビーのなのにそれでも行くのなぜだキスをした唇でベイベー
Ooh.
彼のことを話すなよ Yeah I know 何もかもそうさ僕じゃ釣り合わないあのささやいた声でベイベー彼の名前を呼ぶのか Hey I know 辛いだろうだから No I can't let you go 止められないこと知りながら認め
No! Don't go! Why is this a short version? Where is the rest of it? Somebody find me the rest of it. Do you know like how much I'm craving the rest of that right now? That is extremely irritating. However, it does give me a bit of an insight on what he looks like and how he owns that song. On to the next one. How light is the instrument? We're gonna get a very heavy voice.
初めて出会った日のこと覚えてますか
He highlights the instruments highlight his voice.
過ぎゆく日の思い出を
Wow.
忘れずにいてあなたが見つめたすべてを
What I love about his voice, and I can tell already that he will probably end up being one of my favorite voices, and that is that I can hear already that his voice is being contained by this sort of a song. So there is so much more that he is capable of. He almost wants to climb that mountain already, but he's having to really control his voice to keep it at this level. And I love that because can you see when you try to contain something that is so powerful, it starts to seep out from the edges. So although he is singing this traditionally and as beautifully as he can, there are those breathy, husky qualities that are just seeping out from the edges. And this is so early on in the song, so goodness knows how he's going to end this. But I'm sure that this will have a massive build, and he will give us some beautiful notes in a second.
感じて
Like that voice is just crying out to like hit the back of the room.
見上げた今はそこで私を見守っているの教えて
Wow. Already? How strong are his notes? Wow. I already feel emotional. Why?
もう二度と会えないことを知っていたなら繋いだ手をいつまでも離さずにいたここにいてとそう素直に泣いていたなら
So he has a really beautiful voice, and where it sits, it is quite like throaty, a little bit like lower in the chest. However, he's got this beautiful like nasal resonance, which is really easily identifiable. What I kind of want to ask is, I see all of these random polls that go around, and they name various different artists for having incredibly strong voices, and I don't really pay attention to them. They're a bit of fun. That's it. Don't take them too seriously. And it always happens to be like particular members from different groups that they're always in the top three. It's always the same people. So I don't really judge anyone based on that. But I've never seen this man's name on any of those polls. And now I'm trying to like think, why would that be? Why is it that he is not more popular? Because that is one hell of a voice. I'm disappointed.
今もあなたは
He is definitely a hidden gem.
あのまま私の隣で笑っているかな
That is where his voice wanted to go. Oh, wow. I've kind of just forgotten that I'm doing a reaction because this is such an incredible performer. Wow. I loved every single bit of that, and I'll tell you, I love that depth in his voice, the kind of that hoarse quality that he's got. I also love rock ballads, and yeah, there is nothing about this voice that I am not gonna love. I loved him in Big Bang songs anyway, but I am loving him in his own right. And you have all given me so many recommendations that I just can't wait to listen to them in my own time, maybe film a few reactions. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do after this, but I just know that this voice is right up my street and I am going to absolutely love and adore him. They need to stop making me jump. Uh-oh.
Long time no see, long time no see.
I love him.
Long time no see, long time no see. Long time no see, long time no see. 간질간질해 어린 애들은 각 구석에 나 그대의 테이스트를 바꿔주는 소몰드게 뜨끈뜨끈할 때 후후 불어 함께에 다 던져줄 때 감사하며 고개 숙여 만세 나타타타 진짜가 나가신다 뜨끈뜨끈할 때 후후 잘 불어 나 랩할 때 너무 핫해 얼마 안 돼서 이 탄내 어떡할래 잠재된 세포가 흐르는 자요 최후의 무기를 본 적 있나요 잠자는 영혼의 가녀린 고막에 가시를 지르니 활발 타요 잠재된 세포가 흐르는 자요 가시를 지르니 활발 타요 고막을 식히는 샤워 멈추지 않는 뜨거운 영혼
Okay, so vocally, his voice is just my absolute favorite. I love that depth, that like almost odd sounding depth. It bores into the back of your brain, and I love it. Um, and then those visuals, put them together, and this quirky music video, like, wow, it is ticking so many of my boxes.
저 넓은 터전에서 우리 같이 춤춰요.
So much personality.
멈추지 않는 뜨거운 영혼.
I love this laziness.
Let's go.
I literally was being hypnotized right then. That was crazy. This is weird.
21세기 범상치 않은 Korean 마이크를 쥔 신들린 랩바스키야 오랜만에 입을 푸나 난 한 곡이면 끝나 널 미치게 하지만 나는 맑은 빛을 누워 내가 녹아도 나 좋아 광란의 그 장을 봐요 다 그대로 이대로 또 새로운 세상을 봐요 복잡한 세상에 시끄러운 소리들 총알 넣고 탕탕탕 거친 숨 학학 내쉬고 둠다다디비다 가나다라 마바사 아자차 타카파 하늘이 보아서 우주 위를 보고 듣는 느낌 난 겁없는 몽상가 도망가 안 도망가 너희 지금 물 만났어
It was all going so well. Right up until that moment, it was all going so well. And then he did that.
대로 이대로 또 새로운 세상을 봐요 복잡한 세상에 시끄러운 소리들 총알 넣고 탕탕탕 거친 숨 학학 내쉬고 둠다다디비다 가나다라 마바사 타카파 하늘이 보아서 우주 위를 보고 듣는 느낌 난 겁없는 몽상가 도망가 안 도망가 너희 지금 물 만났어 고막을 씻기는 샤워 멈추지 않는 뜨거운 영혼
This music video,
저 넓은 터전에서 우리 같이 춤춰요
whose mind is this in? Because it is fantastic.
뜨거운 영혼 Let's go
I feel like I'm in one of those movies where you're like abducted, you're like chained to a chair, and you're forced to watch something as part of like an initiation to something, because that's it, your life is over. You're now you're gonna be brainwashed into doing whatever that higher power wants you to do. And I feel like I am midway through my initiation and I am in love with this man. And also, if Huta/Minhyuk of BTOB is not careful and doesn't make a comeback very soon, he is gonna be knocked off the top spot as my most favorite rapper, because this man is just something else.
Mass media Mass media 침착하고 새 영감을 감당해 둠바다디비다 나 명상으로 제3세계를 관찰해 시리즈 신인류의 힘 더 눈부신 문명의 윈 둠다다디비다 새 생명의 푸른 빛을 비추게 돌아 거꾸로만 돌아 입맛에는 인간들의 목소리만 걷돌아 몰아 물고 몰아 지그지그 몰아 과열이 된 미디어로 사람들을 몰아
That was so good. That was painful. That was painful to listen to. I am hurt right now. I am hurting. I'm having an outer body experience right now. Like, what the actual?
침착하고 새 영감을 감당해 둠다다디비다 나 명상으로 제3세계를 관찰해 시리즈 신인류의 힘더 눈부신 문명의 윈 둠다다디비다 새 생명의 푸른 빛을 비추게 돌아 거꾸로만 입맛에는 인간들의 목소리만
Breathe.
걷돌아 물고 몰아 지그지그 몰아 과열이 된 미디어로 사람들을 몰아 둠다다디비다 새 생명의 푸른 빛이 비추게 둠다다디비다다 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 둠 Let's go.
What a man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I spoke a lot during that, but the depth of his voice, his face, that music video, that was one hell of an introduction to this man, to this artist. I love everything about that. I am going to be craving that for a long time.
You 아무렇지 않은 척 웃어야 하나요 나 아무렇지 않은 척
This laziness, this kind of like chanting singing is, ugh,
말하고 싶어서 전화해서 더 미안해요 솔직히 할 말은 없는데 목소리에요 그대는 잘 살고 있는지가 궁금해서 요거는 왜 묻죠 또 술 한잔했군요 한마디가 싫어 멀쩡한 척했어 억지로 만든 얘기거리 수화기에는 아무 말 않는 벙어리 자존심이 뭐 중요했는지 너에게 달려가고 싶은데 아직도 난 이제 들리도 힘이 든데 쿨한 척하려 아무렇지 않은 척을 해 미련을 버릴 수 있다면 야 미움을 떨칠 수만 있다면 야 너뿐이란 것을 아니 뒤늦은 후 깨달았어 I'm sorry 바보 아무렇지 않은 척 웃어야 하나요 나 아무렇지 않은 척
Wow.
하루가 지나가네요
This is so dark. I've realized what it is that I love about rappers, and I feel like I just had a turning moment right there. And it's because I'm an actor. I love acting. Acting is my passion in life. And it's acting through voice. So this is a monologue. This is not somebody singing. So I know that that little line in the middle, he is kind of singing it. However, he is actually like reciting an inner monologue of that character to a piece of music. And that is like bringing two worlds of mine together. So the acting aspect of it, the text aspect of it, also with the music. And that is just what I absolutely love. And he is doing it so well. The darkness and dullness that he's brought to this song. Like, I'm just thinking now that how much does the actual track sound like this? Is it different to this? Is this what the song is actually like? Or have they played around with it a little bit?
아무렇지도 않은 척
Ooh,
아무 일 없다는 척 지워보는 너의 흔적
wow.
익숙해져가나요
Yo, I need you come back 솔직히 말하고 싶지만 맘이 무겁네 Falling 넌 어디 절대 잊혀 절대 잊지 못해요 달력에 아직도 표시된 너의 birthday Oh, 미소 깊어졌는 사람들이 마주친 듯한 친근하게 느껴지던 사이 밤샘 전화 그때 뭘 할 말이 그리도 많았던가
His eyes, so intense.
약속이 아직까지 영영도대만이 그대도 나처럼 밤새니까 너 미안하네 너 말했잖아 내게 너무해 언젠가 못해 난 아직 서투대 그래 바보 같은 티를 준 후에 너 가버린 나 어떡해 아무렇지 않은 척 웃어야 하나요 나 아무렇지 않은 척 하루가 지나가네요
아무렇지도 않은 척
This
아무 일
song,
없다는 척 지워보는 너의 흔적
the female voice
익숙해져가나요
in comparison to his is just beautiful. It actually highlights his voice. It makes you think about the depth in his voice more. Gosh, he's so like menacing.
미안해 네 건강히 웃었더만이 네가 너 좋았으면 좋겠어 지겨울 때난 좀 많지 넌 그대로 새로운 날개를 달고 행복하게 남의 일기도 하죠 시간이 모자란 여전히 난 더 달려 날짜도 모르고 산지 오래 낡은 달려 에어 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 애타는 심장 멈추지 않는 시계만 그대로 틱틱탁
That's so intense. I'm just going to go ahead and say that he wrote that himself, right? What is he doing? Actual chills right now.
아무렇지 않은 척 웃어야 하나요 아무렇지 않은 척 하루가 지나가네요 아무렇지 않은 척 웃어야 하나요
Has
아무렇지 않은
something
척
happened in his life?
하루가
Like something really
지나가네요
major?
oh.
That was an incredible performance and an incredible song. I'm so glad actually that I'm listening to that with that version, with that performance, because I just felt that so much more than if I'd have just listened to the track. I'm sure that the track is amazing, but that was just top level. That really was amazing. Um, just makes me think like, what has he been through that he is so intense? And yeah, like there's something there. And I don't know if it's meant to be mysterious to kind of like lure you in or if something's actually happened. I'm gonna have to read up about him after this because I really don't know. Um, I really, really love him. And I feel like even from my first Big Bang reaction, I really loved his voice. And I'm just really pleased for myself more than anything that I recognized that from the beginning and I still love him. I love him more. And that's, yeah, that's amazing. He is amazing.
미안해 미안해 하지마 내가 초라해지잖아
Mm.
빨간 예쁜 입술로 어서 나를 죽이고 가 나는 괜찮아
Wow.
마지막으로 나를 바라봐줘 아무렇지 않은 듯 웃어줘 네가 보고 싶을 때 기억할 수 있게 나의 머릿속에 네 얼굴 그릴 수 있게
That voice and that visual doesn't necessarily compute in my brain for some reason. I don't know why I expect him to have like a much more masculine sounding voice. And I know listening to it in La 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 just at the beginning there, I could hear that he can do that with his voice, yet he chooses to be a little bit more singy. And I actually really like that. It's really fresh to listen to. His voice is fresh. The whole combination of everything is fresh. This is a real heartfelt love letter as such, isn't it? I mean, I'm intrigued to find out whether this is something he wrote himself. I'm just going to go with yes. So, yeah.
널 보낼 수 없는 나의 욕심이 집착이 되어 널 가뒀고
Mm.
혹시 넌 나 때문에 힘들었니 아무 대답 없는
He's
너
so singy.
바보처럼 왜
Wow.
너를 지우지 못해
You see, in my mind, I instantly make comparisons. And so I'm thinking Usher, I'm thinking Chris Brown, I'm thinking Neo, I'm thinking Omarion. And those are those voices that I grew up listening to that I just absolutely loved and adored. And so there is no way that I'm not going to love this man. I'm intrigued. What does he sound like when he speaks? Is he like really light spoken, like soft spoken, lyrical in his sound? Like, because he is incredibly singy. Imagine if suddenly he were to talk and sound completely different. I think that would just blow my mind.
넌 떠나버렸는데 너의 눈, 코, 입 날 만지던 네 손길 작은 손톱까지 다
Nice.
여전히 널 느낄 수 있지만 꺼진 불꽃처럼 다 들어가 버린 우리 사랑 모두 다 너무 아프지만 이제 널 추억이라 부를게
So far, what like the kind of feel that I get from him is that he's quite focused. He's focused in his career. He kind of knows what he wants, and once he makes up his mind, that's it. He's done. That decision is made, and he'll just go for it. And I quite like that. You hear that in his voice, in the way that he approaches the phrases in the song. It's really, really nice. And it's interesting, actually, that I'm thinking that he is shirtless not because he is wanting to look hot and sexy. He's shirtless potentially because this is really what I mean. Like, this is just bearing all in that love letter that you want to write all of your really honest feelings down in, but you're not quite sure if you really want the other person to read it.
사랑했지만 내가 부족했었나 봐 혹시 우연이라도 한순간만이라도 널 볼 수 있을까 하루하루가 불안해져 네 모든 게 갈수록 희미해져 사진 속에 너는 왜 해맑게 웃는데 우리에게 다가오는 이별을 모른 채 널 보낼 수 없는 나의 욕심이 집착이 되어 널 가뒀고 혹시 넌 나 때문에 힘들었니 아무 대답 없는 너 바보처럼 왜 너를 지우지 못해 난 떠나버렸는데 너의 눈, 코, 입 날 만지던 네 손길
Such a beautifully written song.
여전히 널 느낄 수 있지만 거진 불꽃처럼 다 들어가 버린 우리 사랑 모두 다 너무 아프지만 이제 널 추억이라 부를게.
Don't you think it's interesting how things can be presented to you and you, like, so for example, he is shirtless, right? But they are not focusing on that. They are not trying to make him look sexy. Not once in that entire moment did I want to be like, wow, how hot is he? Like, obviously, subconsciously, I would have thought it because I'm a hot-blooded woman. But the way that it's been presented is not in that way at all. And I love it because it's a really simple music video. However, it's so effective because of all the like subliminal messages and the kind of way that it's guiding you through. It was a little bit more raw in the beginning, very close up in his personal space, reading what it said on his tattoos. And then as we're panning out, as the camera is moving further out, he is growing in his movements as well, gaining confidence in what he's saying, potentially gaining confidence in the message, in what he is writing to this person that he is no longer with. Yeah. Wow.
하늘 바라보던 너의 까만 눈 향기로운 숨을 담은 너의 코
This is so beautiful.
사랑해 내게 속삭이던 그 입술을 나 너의 눈, 코, 입 날
Oh, that echo.
작은 손톱까지 다 모두 다 여전히 널 느낄 수 있지만
Look at this. That was incredibly raw. I love the build to the end. The way that everything has been burnt. He is still there. He even had a little bit of movement in that. That was absolutely beautiful. And I'd heard that song sung very rawly by another artist. But it's nice to hear how it's actually supposed to be sung. What I love about Taeyang and his voice is his ad-libs in particular are just stunning. I always look forward to that latter half of the Big Bang songs and their ending because I know that he is going to deliver us some beautiful, beautiful ad-libs. I really love his voice. There's nothing not to love about his voice. Ooh. Look at that hair. Wow. This is so different, could not be more different to what I've just seen. This is so theatrical. Look at the outfit and the accessories. His voice is so stable that he could just do all sorts of acrobats on stage, and I feel like he would still be able to deliver us these vocals. I love the staging of this. This, when he goes into this zone, this is his golden zone. Would you look at him? So I know I was only doing 2 songs per member. However, the other day I was living my life and Spotify let me listen to this song. And I was in the middle of something really important and I stopped everything to find out what this song was. He is that mainstream artist, the voice, the looks, the presence, the songs, everything. Oh. Oh my gosh, this hair.
아무렇지도 않게 날 떠나보냈던 예쁜 두 눈을 기억해 하지만 이제 덤덤해 그저 네가 편히 행복할 수만 있다면 그걸로 난 It's okay 거짓말이야 진심이야 하루에도 수백 번씩 헷갈리다 새로운 누군가 만나볼까 미친 듯이 이리저리 찾아 헤매 이젠 끝이라고 괜찮다고
I love this hair of his. This chorus. That additional voice layered is just giving me so much sadness. I really love this. That is what I do. Get drunk in the music. Ugh, just makes you feel that emptiness, doesn't it? I love him so much. He is just a complete package. What a performer, what an artist.
나 오늘 그대에게 할 말이 너무나 많아요. 부디 내 얘길 들어줄 수 있나요? 그대 혹시 있나요? 내가 들어갈 수 있는 곳 있나요? 오직 그대와 나 단둘이서만 둘이서만 내가 너한테만 하고 싶은 말 그 말 우리 지금 나 지금 할 말 있어요. 나 지금 할 말 있어요. 나 지금 할 말 있어요.
So my problem here, do you see my problem here? That I am about to have my heart broken. I can just feel it. I just felt it. I'm gonna fall in love with this person. And I know what the present situation is. So I'm just heading for a heartbreak. Why do I put myself through stuff like this? His voice is so nice. Everything about this is so nice. The way that he has been packaged. But yet you know when you look into those eyes that that's not it. It's not about being cool. There's like this scared little child inside, that kind of unsure, not kind of like found himself yet. That whole bit, I mean, I could just rewind that entire bit and listen to it again. In fact,
나 오늘
the echo on his voice,
그대에게 할 말이 너무나
his pronunciation,
부디 내 얘길
you know he has so much more to give than just that.
혹시 있나요? 내가 들어갈 수 있는
The
곳
visuals, he's got such a strong look.
오직 그대와 나 단둘이서만
Kind of getting clubby. He's being like pushed behind all of this sound. But even then, you know he sounds great.
나 지금 할 말 있어요.
And then he does that. I mean, it's not even very much, but
나 지금
it's
할
enough.
말 있어요. 나 지금 할 말 있어요. 저 파란 하늘보다 푸른 눈동자를 봐요. 부디
I love the space that his voice has been given in this track.
있나요? 그대 혹시 아나요? 이건 그 누구도 모르죠. 아나요? 오직
Ugh.
그대와 나 단둘이서만 내가 너한테만 하고 싶은 말 그 말 우리 지금 나 지금 할 말 있어요.
This is so catchy.
나 지금 할 말 있어요. 나 지금 할
He has a really nice
있어요.
sweetness to his voice.
있어요. 나 할 말이 있어요. 내 마음이 그녀를 얻다 내 맘을 준다 눈물이 날까 너에게 내 맘을 준다 그녀를 얻다 내
The thing is, as much as he is packaged to perfection here, like this is how you should sell this man. I really just want to hear him singing a ballad, because I know that his voice has so much like emotion in it. He actually has a really beautiful sounding voice as well. Yeah.
나 오늘
Ugh, I will be listening to
그대에게
this so much.
할 말이 너무나 많아요. 부디 내 얘기 들어요. 나 지금 할 말 있어요. 나 지금 할 말 있어요.
He's still super young there.
나 지금 할 말 있어요. 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 나 할 말이 있어요. 있어요. 내 마음이
He really is that villain in the K-drama that you can't help but fall for. That is his look. It's those eyes. Oh!
나 지금 할 말 있어요.
Ooh. This is worlds apart from the other members and the kind of direction that they went down.
나 지금 할 말 있어요.
I'm feeling it already. My heart is breaking.
애기 승현이는 애기라서 잠이 많아서 벌써 잠들었습니다. 이런 새 나라의 어린이 같으니라고. 자, 벌써 자고 있죠? 아주 이쁜 모습으로. 하면 삐지거든요.
Why do I feel like it's not a good idea to watch this?
늦었지만 끝났지만 다 지워내고 싶었는데 내 맘대로 안 돼. 그랬지만 떠났지만 이젠 잘할 수 있는데 널 지켜주는 걸. 집에 있는 침대가 이리 넓었었는지 밤새 홀로 뒤척여 너를 느낄 수 없어. 따뜻했던 온도가 차갑게 날 감싸와. 어제까지만 해도 하나였는데 네가 없는 난 혼자 있는 법을 몰라. 먹고 자는 것도 맛보이는 것조차도 머릿속은 온통 하얀 물감으로 뒤덮여 죽을 것만 같아. Cause I don't wanna be alone. Hey, 난 누군가와 yeah. 난 눈물이 나. Cause I don't wanna be alone. 너와 나 걷던 길 함께한 추억들 다 그게 이제 와서 그 어떤 의미가 있겠어. 약지겼던 손 볼에 입 맞추던 넌 이미 여기 없는데 함께 보던 TV 속 즐겨보던 영화도 그 자리에 있는데 너는 여기 없어. 왜 싫어하던 잔소리 그거마저 그리워. 너를 내게 돌려줘. 시간을 돌려줘. 네가 없는 난 혼자 있는 법을 몰라. 먹고 자는 것도 맛보이는 것조차도 머릿속 눈동자에 물감으로 뒤덮여 죽을 것만 같아. 'Cause I don't wanna be alone. 난 누구나 yeah. 난 눈물이 나. 'Cause I don't wanna be alone. 하루 종일 멍한 네 생각만 내 맘은 feel so sick. 치료가 필요해. 길은 나는 지금 어디로 저만이 지쳐서 어서 나타나줘. 어서 나타나줘. 어서 나타나줘. 어서 나타나줘. I don't wanna be alone.
I knew I shouldn't have watched that. I should have gone with my gut feeling and not watched that. Um, I don't really know what to say after that. Like, in terms of everything, I've been trying to educate myself on the whole case, and there is just so much information, misinformation out there. Um, but I'm kind of like taking my time with it all. It's just really tough to see something like this, like, because I think these are everyday situations that people go through, and they just don't happen to, have it out there in the open for everybody. And a lot of the negative, the outright negative stuff that I've seen and read, you can kind of take that from anything. I swear, people could edit my reaction videos to make me out to be like an absolute psycho if they wanted to. So I think you can take things out of context and convince a lot of people very quickly, especially in this day and age, that something is a certain way or someone is a certain way. And I'm just not going to buy into that until I look into it in more detail in my own time and 100% make my own mind up about the whole thing. All I kind of get the sense, and I want to say about the situation, is that I feel like here is a person who grew up in the limelight, and not everybody can deal with that as well as others. And despite having his brothers in the group looking after him, um, he was quite strong-minded and he wanted to make his own choices and surround himself with certain people. And this is where I feel a real connect, because I feel like maybe he's not a great judge of character. The kind of people that he hung out with and that he surrounded himself with were not good for him. They were never good for him. They were always going to be the people to hype him up when it was to their benefit, and then to just absolutely disappear when it came to standing up for him, um, or, vocally saying that he is not what people are trying to portray that he is. Um, and money and fame at that age, being away from your family, um, and kind of like, I don't know, like, he is an incredibly handsome man. Like, sometimes things like that get to you when you're put on that pedestal. And the thing is that you have to really remember that you are not the person that put you on that pedestal. You have a talent, and that's it, full stop. It is people that put you on that pedestal. And those people can tear you down so harshly that you will never be able to get back up again. Um, and I just feel for everybody in this situation, for fans, for the group members, for the company, everything, because no one in this situation is a winner. Absolutely nobody. Everybody has their heart broken, whether you saw this coming or not. everybody gets their heart broken. And that's kind of like my take on it all. In terms of him as a talent, I think he has an incredible voice. He is really standing out to me in their group songs, and just listening to him and seeing how he's packaged as a solo artist as well. I know for a fact that I'm going to absolutely love him when I get to listening to more of his solo stuff. Um, but what I'm not going to do is not appreciate his talent because there has been a scandal or there has been a case. Because I absolutely love Ilhoon and he has been a part of a scandal, a case, and I have my own opinions about that case, and that's very different to this. But there is no way that I am ever gonna stop loving Ilhoon or his music. And I can just see, yeah, I'm going into this and I'm fully expecting to have my heart broken completely because of this man.
나에게 돌아오기가 어렵고 힘든 걸 알아.
Oh,
이제 더는 상처받기가 두렵고 싫은 걸 알아.
those whispers.
떠나버린 그날에 도무지 말로 너를 울리고 뒤돌아서서 후회해 미안해 제발 단 한 번이라도 너를 볼 수 있다면 내 모든 걸 다 잃어도 괜찮아 꿈에서라도 나를 만나 다시 사랑하기를 우리대로.
Why was I never expecting him to have a song like this? Wow, this is incredibly bare. I absolutely love the way that that came in, kind of whispery. It literally made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Those two words at the ends of the sentences where he just whispered, I felt like he whispered them to me. That was so incredibly raw and beautiful. Wow.
너에게 용서받기보다 죽는 게 더 쉬울지 몰라. 이 노래를 불러보지만 내 진심이 닿을지 몰라. 네가 행복하기를 바래 괜한 거짓말도 못하고 돌아오기만 기도해 미안해 제발 단 한 번이라도 너를 볼 수 있다면 모든 거 다 잃어도 괜찮아 꿈에서라도 나를 만나 다시 사랑하기를 우리대로 이제.
Why did I judge him? Why did I judge him as being that quirky, edgy, like really character type of performer? I never really knew that he was going to be heartfelt and bear it all like this. This happens once in a blue moon, doesn't it? Not very often. Wow.
닿을지 몰라. 네가 행복하기를 바래 괜한 거짓말도 못하고 돌아오기만 기도해 미안해.
What I love about the music video is that it's changing moods. I'm getting like the different stages of a mood, or of a broken down relationship. Here he is bearing his heart, and we're not really able to see his face. So this is somebody that is wanting to potentially make amends, say sorry, own up to their mistakes, but they don't really have the guts to look you in the eye to say that. Maybe because time has gone on, the situation has passed, maybe the person has moved on. I'm not entirely sure. But whatever happened in 2014 for this man, um, He realized, possibly too late, and although he is owning up to it, he still doesn't have the guts, maybe to face himself. Maybe it's not even to face the person. He can't face himself with the mistake that he's made.
제발 단 한 번이라도 너를 볼 수 있다면 모든 걸 다 잃어도 괜찮아 꿈에서라도 나를 만나 다시
Wow.
사랑하기를
I love that. So him holding that note, it was so imperfect, but he wanted it to be that way. This is such an intelligent composer because he could have made that just sound pretty. But no, that's not what this is all about. You see the transparent shirt? He is doing exactly what Taeyang was doing a couple of songs ago. He is bearing it all, but in his own way. Maybe he isn't so comfortable to really bear it all. This is his way of doing it.
이젠 끝이라는 마지막이라는 너의
Ugh.
마음을 난 믿을 수 없어 Can't let go Cause we never know
Look at these movements, the neck, the hands.
너에겐 나 같은
So much personality.
두 번 다신 없어 Nobody knows We always know 제발 단 한 번이라도 너를 볼 수 있다면 내 모든 걸 다 잃어도 괜찮아 꿈에서라도 나를 만나 다시 사랑하기를 지금 이 시간이 지나가고
Wow.
다 잊을 수 있다면 내 기억도 행복했던 추억도 아니 다음 생에도 너를 만나 다시 사랑하기를 전 그대로
So I have to say the shock of all of this has definitely been this song and this man. So I'm guessing that at the end of all of this, the anger has surpassed. We're seeing a little bit of blue, the clouds are moving on. He's turned his back to the situation, to the past. He's moving forward, which is a positive ending. Um, I really loved every single moment of that vocally, the way that it's been composed, the lyrics, the simplicity of the way that it was presented as well. And this part right at the end of him playing the piano, this,
전 그대로
that is so beautiful. And I love that his look is so identifiable, even in a shadow, that you know that that's him.
Yo, choice, drop it on me. Yeah. 밤을 기분인데 잠은 안 오고 늘어난 두통과 싸우고 이리저리 뒤척이다 생각에 잠겨 또 펜을 붙잡고 백업에서 내려가는 가사 이 안에 내 절하기 가득하다 우연한 매연기 꽉 찬 내 방 Home sweet home 하나 갔다 세상 날 이해 왔어 쉴 없이
13.
모르는 자신감 내겐 가장 큰 무기였어 오르막길을 없는 내리막길도 witness
Oh, yes.
사람들은 말해 네가 그러고 가진 게 너무 많아 연예인들은 다 편하게만 살아 딱 하루만큼 입장이 돼봐라 보이는 게 다가 아니란 걸
Exactly.
시간이 흘러가면서 외로움만 커져가서 듣는 너의 무명 내겐 가장 큰 부담이었어 오늘 맡겨리라면 내리만큼 너왜 난 벌어 도망치기엔 너무 늦어버렸어
It is so interesting, like what a varied artist this is. So Untitled 2014 could not be further away from this. And I don't know which one he really is. Like he could be either. He probably is either. He seems to be such a complex character and he is so interesting. It's like you crave wanting to know more about him, wanting to understand how that mind works. He's just so interesting in every way, vocally, visually, in what he writes. So when you think about him mentally as well, everything that he would have gone through, wow, yeah, what a man. Oh. Ugh. Oh God. I love the way he moves. He's saying back in the day like he's, what, 70 or something. He still looks super young here. And this is the thing, so in K-pop they start out really, really young. So that growth is incredible. 10 years in that business, and they're still super young after those 10 years have passed because they started super young. So that growth and everything can be seen all over. And I think he, from the beginning, had a really strong personality, and he's the leader of the group as well, if I'm right. So he was quite focused. He kind of knew exactly what he wanted, and what he wanted to get across to the audience. He's just so interesting. I literally can't move on in life. I have to watch this right now. I love this. So him playing with his hair, those movements, not really being able to make eye contact, it really tells you quite a lot about him as a person. I feel like sometimes those really difficult conversations that a normal person would have, like he finds really easy to have. So he can talk about his struggles, he can talk about all of that, mental health, things like that. But maybe the things that normal people would find really easy to talk about, things like love and feelings. I feel like maybe he struggles a little bit. So him being really raw in that sense on stage, he's struggling. I really like that. But just on a side note, I do want to know, why is he wearing a butcher's jacket? It literally looks like he works in a butcher's and he stepped out for a moment just to sing us a quick song. You know, if he sang this while playing the piano, it would have just been, ugh. Ugh. This is beautiful. What I love in particular about him is that he takes that like view of K-pop idols, what you would think that they'd be like, that perfection, and he throws it out of the window. This is anything but perfection, yet it's perfect. It is full of feeling, personality, life experience. And this is the thing, when I used to audition when I was super young, I used to get really quite upset as to why I wasn't being accepted for the audition, because people would always be like, that's a great job, you've done a great job. But they'd always give me the same feedback, and they'd always say, you need a little bit more life experience. And I'd be like, what more life experience could I possibly need at this age? But as I've grown older and as I watch more things and as I really try to identify the kind of artists and actors and performers that I really love. And it's those people that have really, really lived a life of pain, sadness, happiness, everything. The ones that have really broken down are the ones that I really love. So I understand and I really crave when like look at an artist and I think, they could be so good if they had a bit more life experience. So it's funny how things have now flipped, and I find myself looking for that in people. And I feel like G-Dragon really has all of that, and I am loving all of this experience that he brings to his songs. I really feel like he's struggling. Don't you just want to give him a big hug?
이듬해질녘 꽃 피는 봄 한여름밤의 꿈
Wow.
가을 타 겨울 내리는 1년 4번 또다시 정들었던 내 젊은 날 이제는 안녕 아름답던 우리의 봄 여름 가을 겨울 위켄드에 비유해 대신에 비엔 비스듬씩 비웃듯이 생문의 무지개 철없이 철지나 철들지 못해 철부지에 철그러지 오래 멋지 비발디 차이콥스키 오늘의 세계로 맞이해 마침내 마침내 못내
저 하늘만 바라보고서 사기절 잘 지내고 있어 Goodbye 떠난 사람 또 나타난 사람 머리 위저 세상 나도 내 영감의 아마존 지난 밤에 철만 담고 목숨 바쳐 달려오 새 출발하는 원목선 변할래 전보다는 더욱더 좋은 사람 더욱더 더 나은 사람 더욱더 아침을 스킬 맞고 내 안에 분노 과거에 묻고 For life Do it away, do it away
울었던 웃었던 소녀와 소녀가 그리워 너 찬란했던 사랑했던 시절만 자꾸 기억나 계절은 날이 갈수록 속절없이 흘러 붉게 물들이고 파랗게 만들어 가슴을 앓고 언젠가 다시 올 그날 그때를 위하여 아름다운 우리의 봄, 여름, 가을, 겨울 이듬해진 여꽃 피는 봄 한여름 밤의 꿈 가을 타 겨울 내린 눈봄 여름 가을 겨울
And where's the rest of it? I know lots of you warned me about that song and said that I would definitely be crying, and I just couldn't pause it or say anything. But what I do want to do is now go back to the beginning and hopefully watch it without being a complete mess, because at least I've seen it and heard it once. What a stunning song, but can I say really, really short? But is it short because it's supposed to be short, or is it short because we're a member short?
이듬해질 여꽃 피는 봄
Such a
한여름
beautiful,
밤의
strong
꿈
voice.
가을 타 겨울 내린 눈 1년 4번 또
And look at that, that is new beginnings, isn't it? Look, he's on a boat and all of those beautiful flowers. Is that a lamb? I mean, it's just so beautifully thought out, isn't it? New beginnings for him as a dad.
다시 봄 정들었던 내
Oh,
젊은 날
this voice.
이제는 안녕
He sounds like an electric guitar.
아름다운 우리의 봄, 여름, 가을, 겨울 위켄드에 비유해 대신에 비엔 비스듬씩 비웃듯이 생문의 무지개 철없이 철지나 철들지 못해
So it's interesting because I felt like Daesung wasn't quite sure about what he wanted to show in his part, in the sense that I'm not sure he's ready to move on to the future. He doesn't really know what he wants in life at the moment, and that was really evident from the four chairs. He was still not done hiding behind that hair, still looking very solemn and very like straight-faced. But here we've got G-Dragon, who is looking a lot brighter than I was expecting. There's the rainbow rainbows. There's that kind of like Hollywood whole like visual going on. He is like directing his life to a new space, which is quite interesting.
철부지에 철그런지 오래 멋지 비발디 차이콥스키 오늘의 세계로 맞이해 마침내 마침내 못내
저 하늘만 바라보고서 사기절 잘 지내고
And this is the moment that just absolutely got me. So here is a person who has clearly struggled with something really intense in their life. He's not even willing to show us his face. He's got a mask on. He's showing us the back of his body. He's not even on this planet. Um, but that owning up to his feelings, owning up to us and telling us that he's come to terms with whatever it is that happened to this man and moving forward and then finally revealing his face with pride.
있어 떠난 사람 또 나타난 사람 머리 위저 세상 나도 내용감의 아마존 지난 밤에 트라우마 담고 목숨 바쳐 달려오 새 출발하는 원목선 변할래 전보다는 더욱더
And how they're all representing a season.
아침을 스킬맞고 내 안에 분노 과거에 묻고 for life do it
울었던 웃었던 소녀와 소녀가 그리워 너 찬란했던 사랑했던 시절만 자꾸 기억나 계절은 날이 갈수록 속절없이 흘러 붉게 물들이고 파랗게 만들어 가슴을 앓고 언젠가 다시 올 그날 그때를 위하여 아름다운 우리의 봄 여름 가을 겨울
His badge says, I'm a mess, and I couldn't relate to anything more. I relate to a badge right now. And I don't know if in my mind I am just imagining things, or maybe because I've just filmed my reaction to their debut song, but is this not a nod to that?
이듬해진 여꽃 피는 봄 한여름 밤의 꿈 가을 타 겨울 내리는 봄 여름 가을 겨울
And the song still sounds unfinished, and it leaves me with the thought of if he was here, what season would he have represented? I absolutely love them. I just want to say I'm so grateful for everybody, for their comments, and for their suggestions because I couldn't have put this together without you. Um, I've just loved living this journey, and it's been a real short amount of time, but I felt a real connect with them, and I can't explain what that is. They're just so real. And I never look for perfection when I look at artists. I look for someone who's real. And I've felt the pain through all of that. And I loved every single thing that I heard and that I reacted to in this reaction video. And I can't wait for you all to tell me what you think about all of those songs. What are your favorites? Why? What else should I be listening to? What is absolutely unmissable? Please share with me. I can't wait to hear. And what do I react to next? Where do I go from here? Where can I go from here? Why does it feel like it's the end? I really don't want it to be the end, because I've only just found them. Thank you so much for joining me for that reaction. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe to my channel for lots more content. Like the video if you liked it, of course, and until I see you next time, take care, stay safe, bye.